Man, I want to say that with this video, I learned that with my 9 to 5, and I would say that keep your 9 to 5 for real. Man, I want to say that with this video, I learned that with my 9 to 5, and I would say that keep your 9 to 5 for real. Like, do not, if you don't have where it's getting to the point where your business is not making no funding at all, that's where the 9 to 5 comes into place. And I had to learn that within myself. There was, I got to sit up for this. There was times where I thought to myself that, like, I thought, man, I can quit and I can start getting bookings like crazy. Like, I thought I had a plan. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna post this flyer, I'm gonna, post this, put ads on this post, put ads on that post. And it didn't always seem to work that way all the time. Every time, sometimes I quit my job, and within sometimes that I quit my job, it was like, dang, bro, like, I'm about to go all in on this now. It was like no money was coming in. So it was like I had to constantly keep reverting back, going to the job, and that's where I even realized and start noticing, like, bro, your 9 to 5 is the vehicle to your business. They keep your business running up the float and keeping everything, keeping funding within your business, keeping, you more so might have like stuff you had to pay for your business. That's where your job is going to come into place. And you getting this consistent pay every week, every month, whatever, how you get paid, every 2 weeks, and wherever how your job pays. But that's more so, that is your funding, and you cannot lose your funding because it's going to be like where the funding is coming from. Right now, currently, I would say 9 to 5 is my main income currently right now, and my business is the side income. It's my side hustle, basically, currently right now. And all in all, it's like, even with the job that I have, I'm grateful for. I gotta thank God for the job that I have, and because I couldn't have no job for real. But I appreciate my job because, like, there's some things within my business when I didn't have a job, and it's like when I didn't have the funds to keep my website up, I didn't have the funds to pay for QuickBooks so I can make payments for my clients and stuff like that. Sometimes I get clients, or sometimes people will go to the website and then the website be down, and they be like, it says your website is down, and then I will have to go on to Wix. That's where I got my website provider. Basically, I had to go on Wix and basically, like, get the other link that says my business name and /wix.com. So I didn't have my domain up there, but it was like I had to go back to work and got to do something to get some funding back into the business. And it's just, sometimes I strongly believe that, like, sometimes you're gonna have to be uncomfortable. There's some moments with some jobs that I had that I was like, bro, I don't even want to do this no more. The fact that, like, I didn't want to do it no more is because it was like, it was hindering me from my business, man. Like, some days I had some great ideas and I'm like, bro, I got to do this now. I got to do this now. But it was like, if I quit my job, nothing is coming in. So it was like, sometimes I just had to wait, stay disciplined and stay patient and keep that job, man, because that job is going to be the actual vehicle, man. And whenever you make this money from your job, you gotta invest back, man. Like, you got to be smart and invest back into your business. And man, I made a lot of mistakes along the way when it comes to funding, and more so, I love investing back to my business. Either if I need some more equipment, or either if I make an investment for a course or so, or either, personal development as well, like purchase a book that will make me even more smarter, or make me think of ways that I never thought of, think about the box or so. Yeah, I would say you gotta invest back into your business, where your business is going to grow. And for a sense, there's times where, man, like, I'm not gonna lie, I made a couple bad investments, and I made a couple good investments. And when I say bad investments, I'm more so talking about, like, the investments that I made, it wasn't for me at the time. It wasn't. Like, it's a couple, I can't exactly remember what courses that I made or that I purchased, and I've been like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I need. There was some investments that I made. It's like, dang, bro, like, I really didn't even needed this course. And it's like, why did I purchase this course? And I didn't even needed it. For real. It's not even it's not even helping my business. It's not even helping me personal wise. So it was like, dang. So I would say invest into things that you know for sure that's going to help your business out, help your business grow in a sense. So, man, yeah. That's what pretty much I would say with the 9-to-5s, man. Keep that 9-to-5. And like, I know it gets sometimes, even to myself, I got to tell myself this, it gets hard sometimes. It gets times where you be like, you know what, forget this job. You know what, I'm just going to throw everything away. Forget. I done that one time. I remember I was working at, it was KJ's, and they used to be called IGA, but now they KJ Markets now. And I quit my job, throw the chicken away, and left. Honestly, I did that. But it was like, man, I had to realize, got to the point where it's like, some days you're gonna be uncomfortable, but you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. You gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable sometimes, and to reach what you want to reach, the goal you want to get to in life. And I had to actually realize that. And I even remember sometimes doing a documentary. So I did a documentary, it was called You Did It, Jazz. And I was working at the time still. So in between, I had to take off some days to really make this documentary happen. I had to, call out sometimes to make this thing happen. Now I'm not saying you do that but if it's important to you, you know what you're gonna do. I'm not encouraging nobody to quit. I'm not encouraging nobody to walk off their job. I'm just saying, like, at the time that was with me, what I was going through, that was important to me. Important to the client. So it was either I had to make a decision, an executive decision. It's like, am I gonna go to the job today, or am I going to please this client to make my business go to another level? And so I had to make a executive decision. And so, like, right now, some days with my job, I might get a gig or so. And sometimes it might not be pertaining to my niche. And there was a video that I made. It was Get Your Reps In. And within that video, and that event that I had, it wasn't pertaining to my niche. But I know that, hope my job don't see this, but I'm just being real, to be honest. I know that I had to tell my manager, like, look, I'm gonna call out. And well, I didn't call it out. I told her beforehand that I have something going on Saturday. Well, I didn't tell her it was an event, but I told her, like, I have something going on this day, and I need the day off on this day. And she was fine with it and said, okay. So it's like, sometimes you gotta make them sacrifices, to make your business grow. But I didn't quit, though. I didn't quit my job. I still kept my job, and it just that particular day, I just took off, and I needed to do what I needed to do for my business. And so, fortunately, the event, well, not fortunately, but fortunately, the event went well. And the client, he loved his photos. So I'm grateful for that I have done that. And hopefully we get to work along the lines in the future, you know, future projects with this client. All in all, man, keep your job. You know, your job is the vehicle. And it's going to keep your vehicle up and running, your business up and running. You know, you don't want to get in the vehicle and just, you know how like when you was little, and I remember this because I used to do this, you know, like when you was little, and whenever you was little, you used to get in the car, and then you pretend like you was driving. And that's more so of an analogy of, how can I put it? That's more so of an analogy of when you don't have a 9 to 5. You just in your car and you pretending like you're having progress. But all in all, you're not making no moves. You don't have no motion. Literally, no motion. Like, you just static. Literally just stuck. And you just literally sitting in the parking lot or sitting in your house, sitting in the driveway at your house, and you don't got no keys. The vehicle ain't cranked up or nothing. You just trying to move the wheel, pretend like you're driving. You sit here making noises, making like just doing something. You ain't doing nothing. And so all in all, man, keep that job. I would say for me, I keep mine, and I still got mine, and I'm grateful that I got my job, man. Don't lose your job. Trust and believe. Do not lose your job. You know, keep the job to keep the business up and running. Like, for real. I can't stress this enough. I don't know how many times I keep saying it. I can't keep that job, man. But all in all, that being said, you know, day by day is a better day. Swim for life. But yeah.